my friends, welcome back to Pod Plays. It is 2:30 in the morning, and I don't care. We're going to play some more Would You Rather. Now, this is going to be a different engine than the last Would You Rather we were doing, because that one got a little too personal. I feel like it was starting to get to know me a little too well, and it was asking me some very interesting questions. So, I'm in a higher hopes that this one will be a little bit more friendly to me. So, let's just try this one out. It should all be the same stuff, but a little bit less racy and personal. But anyhow, here we go. Would you rather stand all day or sit all day? I'm paid to do the latter, so that's the way I'm gonna go. And standing all day is probably not too good for your blood flow, I'd imagine. I feel like I'd pass out quite quick. So, I have used this one before. This is when I first played Would You Rather on my player display channel. So, when you click on an option, it shows you the percentages for like 2 seconds, then it goes away. So, just letting you know. Would you rather fail every class in school, my greatest nightmare, but everyone is proud and happy for you? Or pass every class in school, but everyone hates and envies you? I was kind of the latter anyways. I was pretty damn successful in school. Now, was it talking about college or high school? Well, historically, I was good in high school, but no one liked me. So that was just the way it was anyways. Then again, it would kind of include my family and my parents as well, and that would suck. I'd rather just be good at what I do. I don't care what anyone else thinks, at least at this stage of my life. Slight majority to what I picked, so sure, I'll take it. Would you rather live one life that lasts 1,000 years, or live 10 lives that last 100 years each? What would be the value of living 10 different lives? I guess in that case it means reincarnation, right? So you live 100 years as, I don't know, an American for starters, and you die. Then you're reborn as a kid in Ethiopia, live 100 years, and you die. And then you're in Sweden, then you die. So I don't know, you get that worldly experience, and it's not saying that you remember everything from each former life. But if you live 1,000 years, guarantee you're never killed, you never die, you never get sick, then you remember everything. And I'd prefer to be a vault of knowledge, someone who just learns everything, and I'm like the go-to guy if anyone has any questions. I mean, I feel like either of these are going to be very difficult to a point. Like, living 1,000 years, that's its own version of hell, right? I mean, that's almost immortality. At a certain point, you're going to want to die just because you'll be so goddamn bored. I mean, it depends on what you plan to do, but I feel like there's more value in maintaining a consistent memory so you could be a more valuable resource. So, I guess I'd opt for the millennium. I'll go with that. Yeah, tough choice. Tough choice. I don't blame the other people. Excuse me, my nose is a little stuffy. The weather's been fluctuating everywhere. Would you rather speak all languages fluently? A lot of people like this ability. Me personally, I'm not a big traveler, so that's not too valuable to me. Or master every musical instrument. Oh yeah, I'd rather make some music. That'd be very cool. And I already write poetry, so they kind of complement each other. I said once that songwriting and poetry writing are best friends. I mean, so that's kind of already a part of my repertoire. I would assume that I already master notes, musical notes and all of that, and then I'm good. So anyways, would you rather have the power to do whatever you want without getting in trouble, or be able to change the probability of any outcome? That's useful in a lot of ways. What's the other one? Have the power to do whatever you want without getting in trouble. That's fun too. So, you could go rob a bank, you could take whatever you want, never pay a penny. I don't know why, whenever I'm analyzing these questions, I always lean back on money. I'm not being fiendish enough. You can do anything you want, commit any crime, do whatever you want to whoever you want. You could drop them, throw them in a river, or, I don't know, just do a whole bunch of dastardly things if you wanted to. But I don't feel the need to break the law much anyways. I feel it would be more honorable to change the probability of any outcome. So increase the chances of having good luck come your way. That's more cosmic, isn't it? When you think about it, right? So you can effectively will anything to happen to you, or for someone else, or to someone else, depending on how you twist it. So this is more of a superpower. This one is more just a permanent pardon. But that's assuming that you want to commit crimes, you want to break the law. Personally, I don't. I just want good things to happen to myself and for the people I love. I know it sounds corny and cheesy, but yeah, and again, it's a cosmic thing. You can increase the chances that we will live on Mars. You can increase the chances that people in Africa will be able to harvest crops. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more possibilities with the latter option, so I'm going to go with that. Yeah, depends on your mindset. Both are good choices, I think. Would you rather have a car that can drive underwater or have a car that can fly? Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Yeah, I'm getting a DeLorean. You kidding me? Of course. Yeah. And I feel like there's more sky than water, so yeah. And again, I don't want to go underwater. I have no benefit going underwater. It would be pretty for like 5 minutes. I'd just be terrified the minute I see a fish that's bigger than me, let alone a shark. So I'm not doing that. Would you rather every food you eat is too salty? We kind of talked about a question like this before, like salt and sugar, right? Or have every drink you drink is too sweet? I feel like I encountered this question the very first time I played Would You Rather. That was one of my concerns coming back to this specific engine here, or whatever you want to call it, this version of Would You Rather. But yeah, I think I said what I said then, I'll say now. If you get a drink that's too sweet, you can dilute the sweetness by using water and do like 1/2 the drink, the 1/2 the water. But it's assuming you're already drinking it anyways. Well, I prefer sweetness over salty, so it comes out of that, right? I think sugar is more important to you than salt could ever be. Would you rather live in the town you were born in forever? So, Livingston, New Jersey, where I was for maybe 3 days of my life. I remember nothing about it. We went into that city just so I could be born, and then we went back home. So, that doesn't mean much to me. Or, never see the town you were born in again. Like I said, I have no memory anyways, so that doesn't change a damn thing for me. Alright. Would you rather be hunted by a cult with modern weapons, so we're talking guns and lasers, sure, or be hunted by a pack of lions? So, when they're saying that you're being hunted by one of these two parties, are they immediately within your vicinity? You're in their eyesight the minute that they start hunting you? Well, it doesn't, right? If you're being hunted by a pack of lions, what if that pack of lions is... I don't know why Africa keeps coming back. But what if all those lions are all the way in Africa, and I'm all the way here in Massachusetts, right? They're actively hunting me, but they can't get to me, right? But if you have a cult, that's human beings. They have modern weapons, and thus modern technology. They get planes, they can take a boat to get here, no matter where they are. They will persist in hunting you down. But as for a pack of lions, they're going to be surrounded by water eventually, right? And it doesn't specify where the lions are, or what their attention span is, or how hellbent they are on getting you, and for how long. So, I feel like lions are going to be a lot easier to get away from. Yeah. And just call animal control, I don't know, and they can give them the Harambe treatment, I don't know. Would you rather be very attractive, but very annoying, or be unattractive, but very charismatic? Well, in my own headspace, I'm already the latter, so I'm just gonna go with unattractive, but charismatic. I don't really see myself as unattractive, I just think I'm there. I've never really thought of myself either way physically, but... yeah, I value my intelligence and charisma over anything else. Would you rather leave your family or leave your friends? I don't have many friends anyways, so I wouldn't feel too bad starting from scratch at this point in my life. But family, going Fast and Furious here, which I've never watched, but I know the memes. Yeah, I love my parents. They're the people who kind of show me the way. I got good parents. I mentioned that in previous questions here. And yeah, I need their advice. I need their support every now and then. As for the friends I currently have, they don't really do that. Honestly, my best friends, they're not able to really support me. I more so support them. And there's not a whole ton of them. Jeez, I hope none of them are watching this. But yeah, I'd rather start from scratch in the friendship department. But again, it depends on how good your friends are, depends on how good your family is, or bad for each, I don't know. It depends on who's answering the question. Would you rather live in Paris, why, but feel depressed, or live in North Korea, but feel happy? Ooh, alright, we got a Bentham question here. Alright, so basically I brought in philosophy, I might as well explain myself. So Jeremy Bentham, he believed in, like, the supreme happiness principle, or whatever it was called, but basically, no matter what's going on, you pursue happiness. It doesn't matter if it's morally right or wrong, whether you're ignorant or you know a lot of things, you want to be happy. So that's what the North Korea situation is implying. You're in probably the worst dictatorship that there is right now, but you're content with everything that's going on. So, or you could be in Paris, which I've never really thought about much, but feel depressed. Yeah, it's kind of a red pill, blue pill sort of thing. Do you want to live in a horrible, horrible place, but not be aware of what's going on? So it's like an ignorance is bliss sort of thing. Or be aware of everything that's around you in an arguably more liberated area, but feel depressed. Honestly, I'm leaning towards the North Korea thing. I'm happy. That means I'm alive. I'm healthy enough. And if there are bad things happening to me, I don't care. I'm happy anyways. So, yeah, but I don't want to be depressed. I've been depressed before, and it is not a beast to trifle with. But, yeah, tough call. Tough question. Moving on. Would you rather only be able to play your favorite game? So that just means... So when it's talking games, does it mean like board game, sport, video game? For me, I primarily play video games. I mean, that's why this frickin' channel exists. My favorite video game of all time is Fossil Fighters Champions, and there is such a wealth of replayability in that game. So that wouldn't be a big deal to me. I could just touch on it every once in a while, and hey, this would be a Fossil Fighters Champions channel from now on. Or would you rather be able to play any game except for your favorite game? Okay, you know, that might not be too bad either, because I have completed Fossil Fighters Champions. I've already finished it. So now I can try new things with the memory of Fossil Fighters Champions. So that's fine. That's better. Then I can go play BioShock, Dead Space, all the other games that I like. So Zombie U, I don't want to not be able to play Zombie U. So yeah, I played my favorite game already. I've already finished it, so I need to play it again. That's okay. Would you rather win the lottery but lose all your friends? I might be fine with that. Or remain broke but keep your friends? See, now the predicament is you're stinking rich and you can get friends, you can meet new friends, but are they really your friends, or are they just after your money, right? So that's another predicament there. Or you can remain broke. That's assuming that I'm broke and I don't have an apartment or anything. But keep your friends. So if you're defined broke, right? That's assuming you don't have a home. You don't have a lot of money, if any at all. Can't get your food, and you're just struggling in general. Yeah, I'd rather just wipe the slate clean and have money and have no one in my corner. But I think I'm smart enough to recognize who a true, legitimate friend would be from that point on. So I'm going to use my money to probably do some good things. Again, I say that now. Once I have the money, things could change, like we talked about in previous questions. But in this moment, I would use my money to do good things. And hopefully that would bring in the right people. And I'd be smart enough to judge whether they're here for my character or here for my monetary value. So, Yeah, and we already talked about I'd be okay with a new smorgasbord of friends. So, yeah. Would you rather have to go to school in a shopping cart pushed by your mom? Well, been there, done that years ago, not recently. Or have to go to school in a wagon pulled by your dad. So this is assuming that I'm the age that I'm at right now. Huh. I feel like people would do either of these just on, like, TikTok, right? I feel like people would do this anyways. So which is less humiliating? I have shame. That's a difference here, right? So which one here would be the most easy enough to do? Oh, God. Well, wait, go to school. Oh, both of them are going to school. I'm not in a shopping area. I'm going to school. Now, which school is it? Is it an elementary school? Is it a college? It doesn't specify that either. So, a shopping cart pushed by mom or a wagon pulled by dad? Both are really friggin' weird. I guess if you're in a shopping cart, or it could be that implication like, hey, we're down on our luck, this is our only means of transportation. I don't know, you could spin a yarn from that. But a wagon being pulled by your dad, I think that's a little more juvenile. The other one's more confusing. I'd rather opt for the confusing, which could loop back around to being, oh no, poor guy, or something like that. So, neither of these are good. But anyways, be a famous inventor or be a famous writer. We've been here, done that. Be a famous writer. I love writing anyways. But both have their merits. Both are very good. So I don't mind being in the minority here. Would you rather have to kill your best friend? Oh no, First Order Films. Or have to kill your sibling? I don't have a sibling, so that's really easy. Get to kill a ghost. Kill a fetus that was never born. Alright, nice. Would you rather have a brain freeze every time you drink or have a toothache every time you eat? Whoa. Well, that sucks, because I do both. We all do both. If you're alive, you do both. Have a brain freeze every... Oh, I love drinking water, though, so much. I don't talk about it often. I fucking love water, man. I really do. Or have a toothache every time you eat. I drink more than I eat, so... And we talked in a previous question, I can make smoothies, right? So I could drink my food, right? So I'm gonna go with for the toothache. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm in the minority again. Oh well. Would you rather you live in a fantasy world as an average person? You get to choose the world though. Okay, so you could be like a pedestrian in Star Wars. You could choose your planet, so that could be not nice. Or you live in the real world, but are an above average person, comfortably wealthy and smart. Okay. So you live in a fantasy world as an average person. So, basically, if I were in the galaxy of Star Wars, that's the first one that comes to mind. I could live on any planet. I could live in any economy. But I'm just a dude walking around. I'm a normal human. I'm not an alien or anything. I don't have access to midichlorians. I don't have the Force, so I wouldn't have access to any of that. Otherwise, I'd just be working normal jobs, and that's about it. And then everything, like, it would be amazing and cool to look at for a while, but then it would just become mundane, and there wouldn't be much interesting going on. Or you live in the real world, but are an above average person, comfortably wealthy and smart. I feel like anyone would want to choose this. Yeah, I like the world I'm in overall. I just wish I was a little better off. I mean, who doesn't? Yeah, I'd prefer to go realistic. Oh my god, wait a minute. I could live in a fantasy world. I could live in my own world that I write in my stories. I wouldn't have any abilities or anything like that, but all my children would be alive. This is for my children and my artwork. Done. Not like biological children, that's really weird. But yeah, for the characters I've created, to give them a chance to live and to be there and be with them, that would be a dream. I would love that. That would be so cool. 10 years worth of storytelling and characters I've written, absolutely. I would want nothing greater or less than that. That would be perfect. Would you rather be in your favorite video game, so again, False Fire Champions, or be on your favorite show, How I Met Your Mother? I'm kind of doing that now, basically. I just don't know what the finale is. And wouldn't that imply that my wife would die? Spoiler, oops. So yeah, I'd rather be in my favorite video game because then I get to dig up fossils, clean them, and then become my dinosaur buddies. That sounds awesome. Let's do that. Yeah. 50-50. Yeah. I get it. I mean, there's great games, and there's great TV. So, totally understandable. Live without music or live without television? Television. This is a hackable question. No television. As in... So when we're saying television, do we mean no TV screen? Or no television as in pay-per-view, cable, television shows, that sort of thing, right? So how do you define television? That's going to weigh in on how I approach this question. And I love music so much, and music is sometimes what makes TV so good. Well, I don't watch movies and shows as nearly as much as I watch YouTube, right? And YouTube isn't really considered television. So I'd rather live without television because there's some ambiguity in there. I feel like it could bend the rules a little bit. But living without music, there's no music, I would be very depressed. So I'd rather drop television. Let's see where this goes. Wow, okay. A lot of people would rather keep their music. Yeah, I don't blame them. Would you rather have a permanent clown nose, so you're Patch Adams, or have permanent elf ears? Aren't elf ears, like, seen as attractive by a certain demographic of people? But a clown nose, I don't think anyone's into that. Alright, let's go with elf ears. Sure. It might enhance my hearing, so... But a clown nose, I see no benefit in that, except you can honk whenever you want, but that's about it. Okay, would you rather always be surrounded by people who are slightly too loud, so life now, or always be surrounded by people who are slightly too quiet? I feel like if they were slightly too quiet, I'd get a little bit more of a confidence boost, but I've already got volume issues anyways, in that I have really good hearing, so the last thing I want is for things to be too loud. I'd prefer a little bit of peace, so yeah. I just tell them to speak up a little bit, big deal. That's pretty easy. Yeah. Stupid question. Too easy. Stupid question. Would you rather always have to travel by train or always have to travel by bus? I feel like a train could, like, drop you into a city, but wouldn't be able to drop you to specific buildings, necessarily. I feel like a bus can get you to more specific areas, kind of like an Uber, right? So, yeah, I prefer a bus. I mean, I'm an Uber guy, but, yeah, I don't know. Depends on which way you twist it. Would you rather live in a bustling city center with a small apartment? So I'm in an apartment. Okay, gotcha. Or live in a spacious house in the middle of nowhere. What's nowhere now? Do I get to choose that nowhere? Live in a spacious house in the middle of nowhere. And it's not assuming anything financially, so you live in a spacious house doesn't necessarily mean you have the money to maintain that house either. So that's important to consider. Or live in a bustling city center with a small apartment. I wouldn't mind that either. Well, what I want in my life now more than anything is to build a social life, to meet new people. And the city isn't really my thing, but I feel like I could adjust. I feel like there's more value in that. Whereas living in a spacious house in the middle of nowhere, that sounds really nice. I could do whatever I want. I could just focus on my writing and stuff. But again, it's not assuming that I got the money to take care of myself or anything like that. Like the things I enjoy right now, I can do them there, but there's no other opportunities like there would be if I were in the city. So thinking practically here, even though I wouldn't be happier this way, I'd be happier later on. Whereas in the other option, I'd be happy immediately, but then over time, I'd start to feel lonely. So I'd go for the bustling city with the apartment. Yeah, both are good options. I mean, depends on where you think, how they'll affect you in the long term, I think. Oh, great. Always be constipated or always have diarrhea. At least if you're constipated, you're not shitting your pants. And there's things you could take for both, I guess. But yeah, shitting your pants, that's a real nightmare. I'd rather not do that. So, yeah, I'd go for the constipation. I'm sure it's not comfortable. I've never been constipated, TMI. But, yeah, I've been on the other side, and that ain't good. Would you always... Where did I pull that from? It's too late. Would you rather have a gaming laptop, just right here, or have a gaming PC? There's not a big difference, really. Well, I opt for a laptop, and I have opted for a laptop because it's portable. You can bring it around. My very first gaming laptop, the one before this dude over here, I had it at college, and it was really useful because it was like a Swiss Army knife. I could use it to play my games every once in a while. I could bring it to class, take my notes. I could bring it to the study area and do, well, my studying and my drawing and all that. So, yeah, laptop. It's just more practical. You could do more things with it. But, yeah, if you're like a serious diehard gamer, I get why you'd want a PC. And you can handle bigger games too, but I don't game much. I mean, I don't, like, go for the AAA titles. I like to keep things small, go back in time, go back to the things I missed, aka Bioshock, which we're working through right now. I'm okay with smaller games. That's not an issue for me. Would you rather have all your dreams granted, but have a 10% chance of instant death? Oh. Or be forever cursed with very mild inconveniences. So basically, just life in general. Have all your dreams granted. I'd take the gamble. 10% is quite small. Yeah. And if I die instantaneously, well, is it better than this? Be forever cursed with very, very mild inconveniences. I feel like that would lead to depression, though. I feel like that would have a horrible effect on your psyche. Hell with it. I'll gamble. That's not too bad. 90% chance that you will succeed and live. So, that's not bad. That's pretty good odds. Would you rather be able to remember every detail of your dreams? It could be useful. Again, being a creative writer, that might not be a bad tool. Or never have a nightmare again. See, here's a weird thing about me. I don't really have nightmares anymore. If I have nightmares, it's because it's based in reality. I don't have nightmares about monsters or dead people or ghosts. I don't have traditional nightmares. I have nightmares about failure, about running out of money, or losing my apartment. Those are the things I'm actually scared of. And even then, I don't have those very often at all. But be able to remember every detail of your dreams, yeah, that's just a nice creative tool for myself and my hobbies and what I do. So, yeah, and I don't have many nightmares. And if I do have nightmares, they don't affect me in a terrible way. And they don't happen often, so that's okay. Would you rather never have to wait for anything? Ooh, instant food. Or never have to work for anything? Oh, so both of these, aren't they kind of the same? Never have to wait for anything, or never have to work for anything. So what are things that you wait for that you're not necessarily working for? In theory, you work for everything that you gain. Again, I'm getting a little philosophical here. I mean, when it says work, it's not just like working a job, but also working hard at something that you really want to work out, whether it be meeting new people or getting the latest, greatest action figure. But say you just get all that stuff for free instantly. Never have to wait for anything. That's the same thing. You'll never have to wait for a raise. It just comes to you. You never have to wait to meet new people. They just come to you. So both of these are kind of the same. But I guess the only difference is one... No, I was going to say one requires effort and one doesn't. Yeah, this is a poorly thought out would you rather, I think. So which one appeals to me better? Because both of these are good. I guess never have to work for anything. Then you have instant income. I mean, that's a given. So start from there, and then it's all gravy there on out. Would you rather have all your family hate you? That's terrible. Or have everyone but your family hate you? That's tough. Because again, I want to meet people outside of my family. Wow, this is a difficult and mean question. Have everyone except for your family hate you? Well, what if I say my friends are my family? Huh? They don't define family in this question. It's not necessarily blood related. If everyone else in the world hates me, and they don't know me, then that's not a big deal. People who already know, like, I can't really name anyone who knows me and hates me. I mean, I'm not saying I'm an amazing person or anything like that, but I don't have, like, enemies or anything, really. Anyone who I've been in close quarters with, who I've come to dislike, I've gotten rid of them anyways. So, yeah, I'd rather have everyone but your family, family meaning people who are close to you, hate you. That's fine. I mean, they might be out to get me. I mean, the odd person, but... and then Second Amendment, whatever. Would you rather... What time is it? Okay, we'll keep going for a few more. Would you rather have to document a plant's growth over 10 years? That sounds like it might be kind of cool. Or have to document a child's growth over 10 years? Can it be my child? Can I have a kid? With someone? Yeah, that sounds nice. I mean, people do that anyways, taking pictures, have a little photo album, they get good grades, they make drawings and stuff. We do that anyways. That's what we do. Much more interesting than a plant. Yeah, I'd rather just see my kid grow up and do well. That sounds totally fine. Okay, we got a lot of caps lock here. Would you rather be the only person that doesn't get to live forever, so everyone lives forever, but I'm the only person who dies? That's interesting. That doesn't get to live forever. So it's not necessarily saying everyone else lives forever. Everyone else has the choice to live forever. That sounds scary, because there are some really bad people who would love to live forever. So that's troubling. Or be the only person that gets to live forever. Okay, I'd prefer that choice, because then at least I get to choose whether or not I want to live forever, and I'd probably say no, because I feel like the longer you live, the scarier things will get. So yeah, it's not locking in whether or not, it's not a guarantee that one party or the other is living forever. It's saying that they get to live forever, but it's up to them, basically, the way that it was phrased. Would you rather you're accused of being a criminal, but your family or loved one is the criminal? Oh, so you're the patsy. Or your family or loved ones is accused of being criminals, but you're the criminal. What did I do? That's a question, right? It could be a very small, like, shoplifting charge or speeding charge. Not that I drive, but you know what I mean. So you're accused of being a criminal, but your family or loved one is criminal, and maybe I don't know what they did. There's a lot of ambiguity in this one. I'm leaning more towards the latter one. Your family or loved ones is or are accused of being criminals, but you're the criminal. So that means that they're all in danger. So what I do in this situation, I turn myself in to get them to safety. Other way around, I'm the one that's accused, and I have to trust that they'd break me out. Again, I don't know what crime they've committed. I don't know if they are passionate about having committed that crime, or if they'd be willing to turn themselves in. At least in this situation, I would definitely turn myself in, and then my family would be safe. So I'd pull the heroic here, personally. Okay, let's do one more. Be able to speak any language, again, people freaking love this power, but never be able to write in it. Or be able to write in any language, but never be able to speak it. Again, I love writing, and I could write for the rest of my life. People go through their whole lives mute. I'm sure people are doing that right now. but they find a way to do it, right? So, I mean, what, Stephen Hawking, right? Like, he wasn't able to talk for a great portion of his life. Like, what? It was like simple, very subtle movements of his mouth that went into a voice maker or whatever you'd call it. I'm not saying I'd be in his situation, but yeah, being mute. Again, Claude Speed. I could just write everything down. That's not the worst thing. Yeah, I'd rather write. Yeah, I get it. People would rather talk and never write ever, but I love the art of writing so much. I have to do it. Did I say one more, or did I say that was it? What's this one? Have everyone judge or think about everything you do, or have nobody care about you at all? Alright, I guess we'll do this one. Judge or think about everything you do, have nobody care about you at all. Judge or think about everything you do. Doesn't necessarily mean they're being critical. I mean, people do this anyways, right? This is kind of an empty question, so I'd be choosing this one, but I'm not going to click on it and reveal the percentage, because then a new question will come up, and then we'll be here all night. So that's about half an hour. I'm going to call it for Would You Rather. Again, I'm going to keep them at half-hour intervals. I think that's just a little easier for the recording and for you. Let me know if you're enjoying this format, and that's all I got. Just a fun little throwaway playthrough of Would You Rather. I enjoy doing this. Brings up some fun questions, and I'm glad this one was a little bit more sanitary than the one we were doing before, so less editing for me. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then please, as per usual, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that good stuff. Also check down in the description for a few goodies, and that's all I gotta say. So thank you very much for watching, rock on, and I will see you all later.